Hi, I'm Dr. Sarah Hogan, and I am here on behalf of Jasper Grief. And I wanted to talk with you today about a very common occurrence after you have suffered a pet loss, and that is the feelings of guilt and the what if questions that play over and over and over in your mind. And I wanted to give you some tips on how to manage that. So, first of all, please know that this is very, very common and basically normal. It is very common part of grieving. When this happens, it is usually at a quiet time, like at night or something like that, when all the distractions of the day have kind of fallen away and you're left with your own thoughts. And that's when things start to happen. And they happen because you're tired. You've had a lot happening. You have finally laid down or collapsed, and then your head and your heart, because they don't speak different languages, they start going at each other, and basically your heart's having a tantrum. So the reason that happens is because your head operates in logic and your heart doesn't. Your heart operates on pure emotion. And any logical reason that you may have had for giving your back, and your heart doesn't get it, and your heart is grieving. So it basically starts to tantrum. And just like anger is a common stage of grief, it is, you're not going to be angry at the pet that you lost and you love. So it is easier to turn that anger inward. And that anger manifests as feelings of guilt. Like you're angry with yourself that you should have done better. You should have done something else. You did the best you could, and there was nothing else to do. But that's the foundation for the feelings of guilt. So I want you to understand where those feelings come from. They come from the fact that guilt is the manifestation of anger. Anger is a stage of grief. They come about because your head and your heart speak different languages, and your heart's having a tantrum because it wasn't ready to let go. It still feels all that love and all that need, and it just can't let it go. And what happens is you wake up in the middle of the night, or you try to lay down and get some sleep finally, and your brain starts going with those questions that your heart is generating and that guilt, and it turns into a terrible commercial on repeat that you just can't turn off. What you need to do in those situations is, first of all, recognize it when it's happening. Don't get caught in that spiral and let it suck you down. You don't have to endure this. You don't have to feel this. You don't have to watch that horrible commercial in your head. Do something to disrupt that cycle. So if you're in bed, get up, go to the bathroom, get a glass of water, just do something. If you're not in bed, it's not in the middle of the night, go do some sort of activity. Physical activity a lot of times helps. And it doesn't have to be physical, like, okay, I'm going to go chop a cord of wood. Vacuum, dust, unload the dishwasher, do anything physical. And that can help get you out of your mind. The other thing that you need to do to help quiet that tantrum in your heart is, first of all, be patient with yourself. Give yourself some grace. because grief is hard, and it is hard on every level, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Every single level is impacted. And give yourself grace and talk to yourself. I made the decision I made because he was old. The problem was incurable. We had run out of medical options. It was an act of mercy. And I miss him too. Every minute of every day. And I will love him or her for the rest of my life. Remind yourself of that. In time, that message gets through between your head and your heart. It takes time, but that's why it's happening. Your head operates in logic. It's a checklist. Your heart wants what your heart wants, and it wants the pet you lost back. And because you can't do that, it's tantruming. So it's okay. You're not alone. And we're here to support you whenever you need us. Take good care of yourself. I hope this helps.